obviously big news that's just dropped today. Simpiwe Konkco is now officially the mandatory for the WBC world title. How are you feeling right now?
It's something I predicted which would happen 6 months ago, and I've kept my word. And I'm very, very happy that Konkco is going to be finally getting his title shot. He's been BC number 1 for a while now, and we were supposed to do an eliminator against Kura. Kura's people backed out of that, and now we pushed the situation with the WBC, so we didn't have to do an eliminator. We're now going straight for the title shot.
Difficult question, but how have you kept him motivated? Because obviously he hasn't fought for a very long time. How have you kept him positive?
Well, he fought in December, so and he was also plagued by inactivity. He fought twice last year. So also, if you look at his performance when he fought Heki, he was out the ring for 12 months and he put in a spectacular display. So I'm just very excited about this opportunity and keeping him motivated. You know, when you fight for a WBC or IBF or WBO or WBA legitimate title shots, the motivation is there, especially when you're number 1.
When you gave him the news, how did he react?
Well, I got the mail very late last night from the WBC, so I sent him a WhatsApp, and I think he was still sleeping. So when he woke up this morning, I'm sure he was smiling and he said, "Great news." So we're very, very, very stoked about this result.
Does this, in terms of, I don't know if any fight details have been finalized yet?
No. We're
just
just
in the first
opening up.
phase?
Yeah, we're opening up negotiations in the next 24 hours. But the WBC have mandated this fight. Konkco will get his title shot, and he will be next against Manny-Yothin.
Are you expecting to go to Thailand?
That's the expectation, yes. But again, this is boxing, so anything's possible. But the Thai guys are very proud, and they're very proud of the champions. So it looks like we'll have to go there. But nothing's cast in stone as of yet.
You've watched Manny-Yothin for years. I mean, at one stage, Heki was going to fight him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, everyone, like Simpiwe, and then even a DJ was bringing it up at some stage. Yeah. What do you think of him and Konkco as a fight?
I think Manny-Yothin's a really strong, come forward, aggressive fighter. I think anywhere else in the world, if he wasn't defending against his title in Thailand, he might not have been unbeaten still. But the fact remains is that if the fight happens in Thailand, that's the place where we have to go and win the championship. And I'm prepared to do that.
Do you think Simpiwe has the tools to take the belt?
I think his skill set, he has the tools to beat anyone in that division, except for DJ, because I don't want them fighting. You know, obviously I'm still involved with DJ as well, so it'll break my heart. But I think with his boxing skills and ability, yes, he's got a chance.
Is there any way that those two will ever, if they ever as a unification fight, get in the ring?
Sure. Next question.
Okay, let's move on to Azinga Fuzile.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's the next guy that's actually going to be fighting an eliminator.
Yeah.
There's been a slight postponement in this fight.
Yeah.
Can you give us more details on that?
So when Mr. Honda from Tekken won the purse bid, they had a date set for July 6th. The problem is that applying for a visa is not that quick. And the paperwork was submitted, and we found out that there just simply wasn't enough time to obtain a certain visa which was required for the team. Hence the postponement, potentially till September. So Mr. Honda came back to us and said there wasn't enough time because of the paperwork, and now we're looking at September.
Obviously, it's a massive fight. Japan's a big boxing scene. Azinga and his opponent would be a huge fight in Japan, but obviously you have to have one eye on that next step. Obviously, the champion is Tevin Farmer. Not to look past your opponent, but there is obviously a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I
just want the world championship. That's all I want. Look, Ogawa's a very, very tough fighter. But I know if Azinga's fit and ready, motivated, and his head's in the game, which I know will be, he'll beat Ogawa. It's also a tricky fight. I think obviously Farmer, because of his style, also a lot trickier because, you know, he moves around, he doesn't stay in one position. And he's got a very similar style to Azinga if you've seen Farmer over the years, except Azinga punches harder. But right now we focused on the eliminator, and that's Ogawa. And, one fight at a time and one step at a time, but inevitably I want him to be champion of the world.
To give the fans a bit of perspective on how good he is, he actually beat Seven Farmer, the Japanese.
It was a split decision, one of the worst decisions of 2017.
It's a big robbery.
The late Harold Letterman had it 8-4 in terms of Farmer winning. I thought Farmer won, but I thought Ogawa was very competitive. But he won the World Championship, so and then obviously it was the failing of the drug test and so forth. But Ogawa's a really strong fighter, really hard right hand, keeps coming and coming. But, obviously I've seen lots of footage of him, and I feel that I have the man to beat him in Japan.
I mean, obviously he did fail that drug test. I guess.
Yeah, so I actually, did some research and he was actually on flu medicine and he didn't disclose it.
Okay.
So inevitably, I believe he got banned for 6 months, I think, and then it was actually taken to a year. But, because if you look at the history of Japanese fighters, they don't fail drug tests. So I really think he should have disclosed. Anyway, look, I can't comment because it's got nothing to do with me. This is just what was relayed to me in terms of being told.
And of course, very confident that Azinga gets the result there.
Well, now that we've got more time to prepare, we were pressed for time. So I'm very happy and I'm very confident, yes.
Do you think that Azinga has the chance to go and do some special things? Obviously, there's Lomachenko still in that division as well. It's a very scary division.
Yes, the 130-pound division right now, there's a lot of money in that division. There's a lot of interest in that division. I'm very confident that Azinga's that guy. I'm very confident that he's special, not only in South Africa, but he'll be special internationally too. So that's the next step. Very excited about that. And also want to thank Rumble Africa for standing behind Azinga and myself in this position as well. We've got great support as well.
Obviously, another fight that is coming up really, really soon is Lerato Dlamini. He's got a huge title shot coming up. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, on the undercard of Amir Khan, which is going to attract massive international attention. How did that come about? I don't give away my trade secrets. It's just magic. Lerato, this is his breakthrough fight. We need to push him. So it's a solid fight, tough fight, good test for both fighters. And this is his moment. This is his moment to shine. This will definitely move him into the top 10 of the WBC. And just very proud of him and this opportunity coming our way.
Interesting place to go boxing in Jeddah and Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
I mean, how did you take it when you told you had to go there?
Look, I was negotiating for this fight for a couple of weeks now. In fact, before I went to the IBF convention in Macau, there was talks about this fight, and then obviously I started to put all the terms and conditions together when I got back in terms of the contract and so forth. So this has been brewing for a while. Just very excited that South Africa's we're getting legitimate title shots and legitimate opportunities on the big and international stage, and it's great for South African and African boxing.
Do you think that you can summon the Dlamini that fought against Vecheka? I mean, that's that particular guy. I think he's improved since then. I think he is a better fighter, and I think if he can raise that performance, then we'll be the new WBC silver champion. And how's his preparation, Scott? Has he been in the gym?
Kid trains hard. He's very focused, very disciplined, very serious about his career. He's a dream to train.
Who's the WBC champion in that division?
Gary Russell Jr.
Guy with some serious hand speed right there.
We're not there yet, but he keeps winning. Eventually, that could be a possibility.
In winning the silver title, the WBC silver title,
we'll definitely crack the top 10, and then obviously make a defense or two, and move him accordingly, and then get the shot. And first things first, though.
To take care of the opponents.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much again, and we'll see you soon.
Take care.